Droid.
Hey folks, this is Chris with droidforums.net, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Elephone S2, which retails for a very low $149.99. As you can see, they ship their smartphone with your standard fare, which would include but they do add some nice little goodies, which we'll get to in a minute, but which ships with your, of course, your charging cable. You got your European adapter here. Well, for us in America here, it's an adapter with your port on there. Quick start guide. And a nice little simple box that it comes in. Really nice touch. Really nice and clean. Nothing on the back but their website. But here's where it gets kind of cool. They'll send you a nice TPU case. It's a clear one. It'll do. You know, if you don't like the clear one, but there's really not a huge market for the smartphone, this will get you by until you can get what you want. And then you'll notice it ships with 2 screen protectors. The deal with this, since it's glass front and back, one goes on the front, and they do provide the second one for the back of the device as well. So I thought that was a pretty cool touch by them. But let's jump right in and take a look at this phone. The S2 features a 5-inch screen. It's a beautiful screen. They do have another model. It's the S2 Plus, which is a 5.5-inch screen. Looking around here, you get like a little key to, get inside there. You put your SIM card and SD card in there as well. Moving along the back side, I'm going to try to get that just right. Elephone calls this a deep sapphire blue sparkling ice light. So when the light shines on this glass, it reflects this really deep blue light, and it exposes a cutting, it's a diamond cutting texture layer. I'm sure you're kind of catching that. But when you have this in hand and you have it in person, it really, that deep blue really starts to pop. Great touch. On both sides of this phone, both sides of this phone is covered with a 2 really high hardened tempered glass, and it's framed with what they call the alloy, which is an aluminum alloy. It's really super sturdy. Now I'm going to bring this in really close so you notice. Let that focus here. I don't know if it's catching it all that great, but you notice that arched surface. This is a new design for them, and it's done extremely well. It kind of gives it this kind of like 3D look, but it's really cool. And as far as it looking great, it makes it feel great in hand. There's really no hard edges on that, so it feels great in hand as well. Look at that thinness. This phone right there. This phone is 6.8 millimeters thin, and it's 130 grams. So it's really light, it's really thin, and it just, like I said, it just overall feels really good in hand. I'm really pleased with it. I've been using the phone for a week now, and I gotta say, I'm really super pleased with how it feels, and that's with no case. I didn't have a case on it, so I gotta say, it was pretty sweet. Moving along to the back, you got a 13 megapixel shooter, and it has with a max f 2.2 aperture. This phone takes really amazing pics and low light pics. I think you'll be really happy with it as well with that aperture. So definitely give it an A+ in the pics department. I was super happy with that. Powering the S2 is MT, the MediaTek 6735 quad-core 64-bit processor. It's got 2 gigabytes of onboard storage, and it's got SD support, 16 gigabyte SD support, so plenty of storage for some, not enough for others, but for my purposes, it was I don't carry around a lot of music, so it worked great for me. As far as storage space, I don't have an issue with that. It does ship with Android 5.0. It's a really super simple interface on this, and they do have their own unique little visual style, but it's very minimal, and as you can see, there's barely any bloat installed on this phone. You just have, that's it, your necessities, your phone contacts, messaging, browser, camera, gallery, music, The only thing that could be considered bloatware, and it actually isn't, they're very useful, and I'll hit those in a minute, is your direct and your smart wake. We'll run through those in a second. But yeah, really lean and mean. They ship this thing with barely anything on it, so the sky's the limit on it. I wanted to touch on something, an app. It's called Direct. Let's see if we can get it in focus there. And this is for gesture support. We're going to turn that on, so you can set this thing up. So like a direct call, you can, if you're in a text message and that person's, let me pull it up there. You're in a text message and that screen is up. You put this phone to your face, it's going to directly call them, which is cool. And you can see, you can contact, just if you're in your contacts, you can directly call them. You're in your car, waving your hand over it is gonna, it's gonna automatically answer the call. It's really truly hands-free in that aspect. And it's got a gesture unlock, so when your phone is in lock mode, waving your palm over the proximity sensor is gonna automatically unlock your phone. So that's a really cool little touch. And you can enable it, or you don't have to use it at all. It's totally your deal. And your smart wake, which was pretty cool, I thought. Your smart wake, I'm going to turn this on. Same thing. So you're going to get all these different gestures, how to set your phone up to how you want it. So like a gesture, let's just go in the first one, like a double tap. As it's set now, it's set to wake the phone up. But let's say you double tap and you want to open up your messaging app, feel free to do that. So you can see it's got all these options for you, how you can set your double tap. Let me back out of there. And then of course, all your different other gestures, your slide left, your slide right, your slide up, your slide down, So you have the sky's the limit on this phone. So I think they did a really good job of making this feature available to those that want to use it. One other thing I'd like to mention that many will find very interesting and very cool. This phone can be unlocked via your developer options and settings right here. Right there, OEM unlocking. So you're gonna, if you want that, flash some ROMs on it, boom, hit that. It's gonna give you a little warning. Device protection features will not work on this device while this setting is turned on. So you can enable it, cancel it, whatever you want to do. There you go. Bootloader is unlocked. To lock it back down, bam. Simple as that. Once again, folks, this phone retails for $149.99, and I have to say that this phone is a steal at this price. I used it all week long. SIM's not in it now. I took the SIM out, but I used it all week long. Calls, emails, text, it worked flawlessly. I had no issues whatsoever. No drop calls. Call clarity was great. In the whole week I had it, not one hiccup. So I really highly recommend people check this out. It's for all your GSM carriers, T-Mobile, AT&T. You'll be able to use it on there. But fantastic piece of hardware for $149.99, folks. Elephone S2, or if you want the bigger version, the S2 Plus retails for $159.99. So that's $10 more if you want a bigger screen. But there you have it.